Okay, well, I admit that one thing that I've tried to do, in the process of this recording is, like, in case I ever ran out of things to say, I would try to look something up on my computer to see if there was, like, something I could work with. I'm not really sure how well that's working, though. But I know that the next place that we're gonna go is... where is it? Okay, wait, it's the Ancient Grove. So, that would be in the Forest Temple, not the Forest Temple. Well, it is a temple in the forest, but it's not the Forest Temple. Boopity... North Farron Woods. The place with the beautiful music that I consider, like, the theme of nature. Even though less commonly now, because I haven't played this game in a long time. Medna, you're yawning. That's probably a sign that I should come up with better commentary, I know. I'm sorry, Medna. Here's Russell again. We're so scary to him. He's claiming to be the leader of this... Well, I don't know if he's claiming to be the leader of, but he's part of this guild to protect all of Hyrule, and yet he's scared of a wolf. He just kind of roams in and isn't hurting anyone. Does this bird care if I warp? Or not warp, but transform? The bird doesn't care. Okay, cool. I'm glad that you don't care, bird. I'm glad that you can cope with situations like that. What a chill bird. It has been a while since we took a walk in the forest, huh? Yes, and how our world has changed. Insert clip here where everything looks exactly the same. Yeah, it sure has changed since like, a year ago when this Let's Play started. Do you know about the far side of this deep gorge? Yeah, I do. We've been there before. I've been there before. Maybe you haven't. Some adventurer you are, Russell. Adventurer/explorer. A wilderness explorer must, not be ignored. That's not what the phrase is. I'm thinking about Russell from Up now. The wilderness must be explored, caca, caca, rar. Now, they have some similarities. Maybe Russell secretly means something involving exploration, and I just don't know because I don't know the meaning of all names. So we have a gold chicken now. Because why not? Just whatever, it's a gold chicken. What you gonna do about it? You can't make me, Mom. Make me do what? I have no idea. But I'm just gonna set this down now. This game is kind of shameless with its ridiculousness sometimes, but that's also what makes it great. Now, I particularly love how shameless that Link's Awakening is with its weirdness. Because that game is... nothing in that game makes sense. And that's what I was trying to say earlier, is, like, I want to go all out with my game and have more fun with it than I am now. Stop thinking about all the logic behind it and just think about, like, maybe I can make it stupid. Like, this is stupid, but who cares? It works with the gameplay. It's funny. I enjoy it. And we can't bring the gold chicken with us. How stupendous. How stupid, and how pendus. What does pendus mean? I know what PEMDAS means. But that's a math term. Nobody likes math. Except for the people that do. And Skull Kid disappears. There was this animation about Majora's Mask that came out recently that someone put together. Like a fan animation of the backstory of Skull Kid. And it had something to do with... well, it was just showing, like, Skull Kid and playing with the fairies and taking the mask, the Majora's Mask. And in that scene where he puts on the mask, he takes off his beak, which I didn't fully understand. I kind of figured that the beak was just part of his body. But maybe he just takes off his beak like Chica does, supposedly, in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I don't think birds can just take off their beaks, though. Like, why is that a thing? Why is it just suddenly a thing for birds to take off their beaks? I'm pretty sure they're, like, attached, like noses are to people's faces, even though they seem to be made from some kind of different material. I say material like they're teddy bears or something. Although they kind of are. Oh, hey, look, another Poe. Another Poe. Call the Poe. We got ourselves a live one here. Actually, just kidding. Everyone here is dead. We have skeletons, we have a ghost. We have a weird imp from the underworld, except not exactly the underworld, but it could be. I don't know what I'm saying. Never do. Okay, I see the lights over there. And I think that you follow the lights as far as trying to find... Where are you? Where'd you go? Where did you come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from? Cotton Eye Poe. Skull Kid is not a Poe. Ooh, I can light these lamps. Light these torches, they're not lamps. Well, yeah, we did this project recently for 3D design, where we had to take an object and cover it with some kind of material to change the meaning of it. And what I ended up doing was I had a traffic cone that I covered with black sandpaper to kind of make it look like part of the road, because that makes it a useless traffic cone. If it looks like asphalt, then nobody's going to see it. And the whole point of a traffic cone is to see it. But, yeah, someone had a lamp. I don't remember what the lamp was covered with, but I remember it being interesting that part of their assignment was that the lamp, like, could glow in the dark, because it is, after all, a lamp, and that makes sense. But it was just kind of unexpected because nobody else used a lamp, and so it was the only project that looked better in the dark than in the light. And the weirdest ones were, someone had a teddy bear covered in rocks, because hard exterior, soft interior, soft cuddly interior, which I thought was fun. Someone covered a plunger with gummy bears, which was excellent. And the weirdest one of all was a rat skeleton covered in cheese. Just, that was brought into class. Not a real rat skeleton, but still. Alright, there you are, Light. There you are, Dr. Light. We must stop Dr. Wiwi. What do you say we do, what, Mega Man? I believe he's somewhere up there? No. Maybe I'm thinking of a different... Maybe this is not the right room. I think I got mixed up last time, too. Yeah. Following the leader, following the leader wherever he may go. Or following the light. But that doesn't have as many syllables in it, so it doesn't work as well. There are more torches to light here, but I don't think they actually do anything, so I'm not going to bother with them. Man, we're just going in a circle here. Instead of a big black blur, all I see is a big light blur. Okay, I hear you now. I hear your horn. Yeah, it's not particularly stealthy, but... There you are. Yeah, that's the trickiest of the Skull Kid locations, I do believe. Because you gotta aim at him. I don't really know why you have to go through this area twice, once as a wolf and once as mostly normal human Link, but you can turn into a wolf if you want to. It's a little bit of a different dynamic, I guess. So, I guess it's interesting, but... Well, I don't know, I'm thinking now about Jonas Karlev, creator of A Hat in Time. He's the lead director of the game. He's said a lot of things on Twitter that I don't entirely agree with, that are kind of Well, one thing was he was talking about this dilemma about if you had control over a railroad, and if the train was heading forward, it would run over 3 strangers. But if you changed the railroad, it would run over your clone, who is also you. Would you pull the switch to change the railroad or not? And I feel like it's blatantly obvious that you would. Like, why wouldn't you? There's no reason not to. Because, okay, 3 strangers, you don't know them, but that's 3 whole people. If your clone dies, even if your clone is you, then it's like no memories are being lost. All the things that you've experienced, the clone has experienced too. No dreams are being lost, like you can still live on your life. So I don't know. Like, even if you've spent your whole life with your clone and that was the person that you related to the most out of anyone, it's like, I feel like it would be boring to hang out with your clone because you would already know everything about them. It's like, hey, what did you think of that movie? Oh, it was good. Oh yeah, I thought so too. It's like, you're talking to yourself, literally. Just, I don't know. I thought that was a really stupid dilemma, and he made it out to be this really big, special thing, like, oh, it's so thought-provoking. And I guess the reason I was thinking about this was, we went through this, this area twice, this forest grove, and... Wait a minute, I'm looking around trying to find... Where is the door? There's a door here. Yeah, I think that... I get this feeling that Jonas, if he hasn't already played Twilight Princess, would hate this part, just because it's going through the same area twice, and it's not like new material, it's the same material. Because it seems like he hates absolutely anything resembling filler, even if it's not really filler. Because he's talked before about how he hates the red coins and the red coin missions in Mario games, because he feels like there's no significant purpose to them, they're just a scavenger hunt, like hide-and-go-seek, which I don't agree with. I mean, I do agree with the idea that they're like scavenger hunts, basically, and that's perhaps not really all that useful, but I still enjoy them. I still don't see a problem with having that be necessary to completing a game, because it's still like an added challenge. The challenge would be going through the whole level without dying, basically. But yeah, just... He also seemed to really dislike all the aspects of Owlboy between the dungeons. If you haven't played Owlboy, and you like Zelda games, you should definitely play Owlboy. It's not really a Zelda game. It's not exactly a Zelda clone or anything, but it's comparable to Zelda. So, yeah, he just said all the parts between the dungeons and Owlboy were boring, which I don't agree with, and also I don't think that there are that many things in between the dungeons, so I don't know why Jonas would not complete the game as a result of thinking those parts were boring, because the whole game almost feels like a dungeon, kind of. And the story is really cool, so whatever. Alright, another one of these situations. Whoa, I forgot that this one had, what is that, 4 or 5? There are 5 of you. Wonder how many I can get in one shot. Looks like I missed one. Oh, I missed 2, okay. I know that it is possible to get all 5 of those guys in one go, because I did it earlier and it was fantastic, but not this time. What do we say to death? Not today. Except in this case, it's what do we say to killing? Not today. Not the right kind of killing, anyway. Not that there's a right kind of killing. Well, maybe there is. That's a debate that I don't want to get into. For the record, I mean, I think that all killing is wrong. Kind of. Why do I say kind of? I mean, I like to... I've already talked about this earlier in the LP, but I kill bugs, and that's about it. And I don't like any other kinds of violence, even though I have been prone to violence before, and I don't exactly respect my older or younger self for resorting to violence, but... Ugh. Yuck! Yuck, my dad knows him.